Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for January 28, 2024. Please remember to leave a comment, like, and share. And in the news this evening, elderly woman raped in Westmoreland. A 91-year-old woman was allegedly raped in her community of Darlington, Westmoreland on Saturday night. Detective Superintendent of Police Dean Watson confirmed the incident with the news on Sunday afternoon. "We are currently investigating the matter, and we are also in the process of identifying the suspect," DSP Watson said. The news understands that the elderly woman is currently admitted in hospital following the ordeal. Man wanted in connection with a 2019 attempted murder arrested. The Trelawney police have arrested a man who was listed as wanted in relation to the attempted murder of a shopkeeper, which occurred on October 30, 2019 in Sawyers District in the parish. Charged is Randine Gibson, otherwise called Jason, a 36-year-old chef of Bounty Hall, Trelawney. He is being charged with attempted murder, possession of a prohibited weapon, use of a prohibited weapon with intent to injure, use of firearm to commit a felony, unlawful discharge of a firearm, and assault at a common law. Reports are that about 11 a.m., a woman was at her shop when Gibson, with whom she had a dispute earlier, opened gunfire outside her shop. He then entered the shop, grabbed her, and placed the firearm at her head. He attempted to fire multiple times, but the gun failed to discharge on that occasion. Gibson then fled the scene with the firearm. The woman reported the incident to the police. Gibson, who was on the Trelawney Division's wanted person list, was apprehended on January 23, 2024 during a police operation. His court date is being finalized. St. Elizabeth Jailbreaker pleads guilty to be sentenced on April 25. Richard Brown, one of 8 men who escaped from the Black River Police Station lockup in St. Elizabeth on June 19 of last year, who was subsequently recaptured, has confessed to the crime. Brown pleaded guilty to escaping custody when he appeared in the St. Elizabeth Parish Court on Thursday. Ahead of his sentencing on April 25, a social inquiry report and an antecedent report were ordered by the presiding judge. Brown, who is said to be in his 30s, was remanded until that time. Brown was recaptured by the police at a bar in Buena Vista near Myersville in St. Elizabeth on Saturday, September 9, 2023 at about 5 p.m. Brown, Kenneth Stewart, and Demar Williams, alias Demon or Kai Kai, are among the fugitives to be nabbed since the jailbreak in June, while one is believed to have been shot dead by his cronies in September. Another of the escapees, Dean Simpson, was shot dead during a confrontation with the police in Downs, Manchester on November 18, 2023. He was in custody for robbery with aggravation. 3 of the escapees remain on the run. Notably, the police on Friday announced Williams' apprehension. He has been identified as having closer ties to the One Order gang, which the police said is being led by Fitzroy Matthias, also known as a Scuffler. Full speed ahead, judge tells a Klans accused to saddle up for trial. A Supreme Court judge has instructed 9 of the 10 alleged members of the Tasha Miller faction of the Klansman gang to secure the services of attorneys, as she will be moving for the cases involving them to be tried later this year. "Contact sister, uncle, friend, whoever getting lawyer to let me know on the next occasion," Justice Vinette Graham Allen told the accused in the Home Circuit Court in downtown Kingston on Thursday. "The lawyers must be here. Una understand me? Yes, man. No lele at all. Full speed ahead, okay?" stated the judge to the 8 men who were without attorneys. Jermaine Clark, the sole accused, who had an attorney on the day, was remanded along with his co-accused until February 1. Clark, Kamali Winter, Giovanni MacDonald, Sean Pottinger, Jerome Spike, Owen Billings, Ryan Harrison, Michael Wildman, and Ramon Stewart are all charged with participating in a criminal organization. A 10th accused, Conroy Cadigan, was not brought to court. He was to be placed on an identification parade the following day. The indictment on which the men are to be tried includes 12 offenses ranging from murder, wounding with intent, robbery with aggravation, illegal possession of firearm, and shooting with intent. A total of 12 alleged gangsters, also connected to the Tesha Miller faction of the gang, are to join the 9 accused in court next week, the judge was told by prosecutors. Further, the prosecution told the judge that the case file would be closer to completion by the next mentioned date. In December, the police said 31 suspected members of the St. Catherine-based Klansman gang were detained following a 9-month-long probe, with 13 of the men being arrested during a security forces operation on Thursday, December 28. Head of Police's Crime and Security Portfolio, Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey, sought to clarify at the time that the 31 overall suspected gang members do not include any of those who were released during the recently concluded trial of members of the One-Don faction of the Klansman gang that was led by the now incarcerated gang boss Andre Blackman Bryan. The months-long probe was directly focused on the section of the Klansman gang that is reportedly under the direction of the incarcerated Tesha Miller. The two factions of the Klansman gang don't cross paths. They are basically enemies, Bailey told a police press conference then. In 2019, Miller, otherwise called Hombre or De La Vega City in Spanish Town, was convicted of accessory before the fact to murder and accessory after the fact to murder, all in relation to the shooting death of former chairman of the Jamaica Urban Transit Company, Douglas Chambers. Chambers was shot dead outside the JUTC head office and the bus depot in Twickenham Park, Spanish Town, on June 27, 2008. Interestingly, Bryan was charged with Chambers' murder, but was subsequently dismissed of the charge. The police had conducted similar operations, leading to the arrest of about 50 members of Bryan's One-Don faction of the Klansman gang. That figure was whittled down to 33 members who eventually stood trial, but at the end of the trial in March of last year, only 15, including Bryan, were convicted. Bryan is now serving 39 years and 6 months in prison for several gang-related crimes, including being the leader of a criminal organization and the 7 counts of facilitating the commission of serious offenses, including the double murder of a couple and the torching of their dwelling house with them inside the structure. PNP's Ian Trumpet Bell asked the Prime Minister what happened to the green clocks. Firebrand, a councillor for the Beechertown division in southeast St. Anne, the People's National Party's Ian Trumpet Bell, is questioning Prime Minister Andrew Holness on the whereabouts of his signature pair of green clerk's shoes that normally signals that he is in election mode. Andrew, what happened to the green clocks? Asked Bell as he joined his fellow PNP councillor candidates in southeast St. Anne constituency on Thursday in demanding that the long-delayed local government elections be called. Holness has made it clear that green clerks are his preferred shoes when he is on the campaign trail, and any indication of it being worn by the Jamaica Labour Party leader could mean that he is ready to give the go-ahead for the local polls. On August 11, 2020, for example, Holness wore a pair of green desert clerks to the House of Representatives, forecasting that he would give the green light for the general elections of that year. He later announced in Parliament that the polls would be held the following month, ahead of being presented by PNP President Mark Golding on Thursday as one of the party's 4 candidates for the municipal divisions in southeast St. Anne. Bell questioned why the local polls, which are due by February 28, 2024, have not yet been called. I have never seen in my umpteen years any government in power can call election. Comrades, something wrong. I said something wrong, declared Bell, who then moved to ask Holness about his green clerks. Bell then went on to urge the JLP and its leader not to delay announcing the date of the municipal elections. Call it, Andrew, call it, the veteran PNP councillor urged. However, Local Government and Rural Development Minister Desmond McKenzie is the person who is tasked with announcing the date for those particular elections. Meanwhile, Bell, in his view, said the Jamaican people have grown fed up of the JLP administration and it is time for change, especially at the St. Anne Municipal Corporation, where he said several questionable things have been occurring. The latest issue he pointed to were reports of the 11 JLP councillors in the parish receiving between $2.75 million and $3.7 million under the Special Grant for Repairs Fund to undergo road repairs in their respective divisions, while the 5 PNP councillors only received $1 million each. There has so far been no response from the SAMC or the Desmond McKenzie-led local government and rural development ministry to those claims. Bell suggested that they said they have no comments to the allegations that I made. Comrades, if what I say was a lie, them would have to comment, Bell told the jubilant PNP supporters. Meanwhile, Golden presented Bell of the Beechertown Division, Clovis Jr. Gohagen of the Bensontown Division, Lloyd Garrick Monique Division, and Caden Harty of the Claremont Division as the PNP council candidates for Southeast St. Anne. The PNP currently has 3 of the divisions there, which are Beechertown, Claremont, and Bensontown. Current PNP councillor of the Bensontown Division, Lydia Richards, was not selected by the party and has gone independent, while Lambert Weir of the Claremont Division has bid farewell to representational politics at the local level for the PNP after 16 years of service.